What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big NCAA opening lines, early leans show that we shoot every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern. To watch the entire show, just hit the link on the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. Let's move on to the last spot before a 7 and 8 p.m. game, and then we put a bow on this show. It's the MAC Buffalo at Ohio. John Ryan has been riding Buffalo to glory. We're in Athens, Ohio, 40 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 6 miles per hour. Buffalo 4-0 in the MAC, and coming off an exquisite performance in a 70-41 beatdown of Kent State. 400-plus yards for their star running back. 40 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 6 miles per hour. Ohio coming off a 52-10 beatdown of Bowling Green. I was curious to see if Ohio could win by margin, and they put that to rest here. Let's see what we're dealing with. Buffalo opening up as 11-point favorites. It's quickly gone to 11.5, and this total sitting at 59. John Ryan, are you going back to the well with Buffalo on the road here?
I'm going to go one more time because of the momentum that they have. I want to also admit that we on Saturday, at least I said, the parlay was Buffalo and under. Mm-hmm. And amazingly, Buffalo scored 70 on their own, which I believe eclipsed the total by themselves. And Patterson set a NCAA tying touchdown record with 8. So when you really look at that box score, they were already averaging over 600 yards in offense a game. And they weren't playing a doormat. They were playing Kent State, which in the conference was one of the teams that we all had discussed in previous weeks. Might be the one that could take Buffalo down. But this is, they're at the end. They can see the finish line. And I think they just roll again. I'm very shocked that this line is 11.
Interesting. CMac, little action here. Are you shocked that the line's 11 for Buffalo on the road here?
Yeah, a little bit. I think they take care of business again. I'm a Buffalo believer. Jared Patterson, he just runs on everybody. So I like Buffalo here.
CMac on Buffalo. Move over to Nolly Knows. Anything for you here, Buffalo, Ohio?
Not necessarily a move for me, but I think when you look at the line, I think they're looking at the past. They're looking a little bit at the past matchups, maybe a little bit too hard. This year, I think just that offensive line is something else. And you talk about Patterson doing his thing. Ohio really hasn't faced too much talent. Akron and Bowling Green the last 2 times out. I wouldn't expect a complete blowout, but like you've seen in some of these other games. But yeah, Buffalo's rolling. So, I can't go against that train. Definitely not. But Ohio's not that bad. But I don't know. I think just Buffalo may be on a different level. But yeah, I'm off. I'll let John Ryan keep cashing.
One other thing I'll mention is yards per point, is one of my favorite metrics. And Buffalo is registering at 10.1 yards per point. The lower the number, the more efficient the offense is. It's very rare at this time of the season with this many games that they have played where you will find an offense that has a number close to 10. 11 is the elite teams, Alabama, Clemson. But for Buffalo, and I'm not comparing strength of schedule, I'm just comparing them against their opponents. You consistently do that and average 8 or more yards per pass for the season, and that's monumentally impressive. And they've done similar things on the road, 9.1 yards per point, which is even better than their home games, and a little bit weaker at 7.5. But we're talking about elite numbers. 9.1 is just insane.
Interesting. Do you think that there's a possibility of Buffalo having kind of performance like they had against Bowling Green? When they come in on the road, they feel great about themselves. They just won by 29 points, and they don't win by margin.
I don't think so. I think they had that hiccup at Bowling Green, and they were actually, I think, behind in that game. And once that happens to a team that's as good as Buffalo is, they know what they have to do to be focused against a weaker opponent. And like I said, they can see the finish line now. They have Ohio U, and then they play Akron. So, I think they win against Akron. and then it's the season is done, and we have to wait to see how it all falls out. But
Yeah,
I think if more than anything with Akron on deck, they're going to let it even fly even better and harder than they did last week. That would be the
Jimmy,
emotional tendency of this game.
yes, CMac?
I think it could be a letdown, but I think 11's just too cheap. Like, I mean, even if they give it, I think they could win by 17 or 14 at the least, even if it's kind of a letdown spot. I think they're that much better.
49, 42, 42, and then 70. 70 on Kent State. I mean, it's not 70 on Akron, it's Kent State.
Yeah, no, I absolutely hear what you guys are saying.